Hey guys, welcome to my new channel, Lincoln's Playbook. And this is my first video on this new channel. And this video, I'm going to be giving you guys all of my playoff predictions, all the way up to the Super Bowl and who I think is going to win. And this video will be coming out kind of close to the first game. I think it's the Chiefs-Dolphins. I don't know for sure. But we're going to go ahead and start over here on the AFC with the Cleveland Browns and the Houston Texans. The Houston Texans are the 4 seed, and they just snuck into the playoffs after beating the Colts. However, I do think Cleveland is better, and they actually played earlier in the season. I think it was week, 15 or something. And I think they beat them by a pretty decent amount, the Cleveland Browns. And this is the first week the Browns are getting Amari Cooper back. And if you remember, that was Amari Cooper's last game played before this game coming up. And he had 260 receiving yards, had a really good game. And for this prediction, I think it will be a close game, but I think Cleveland will pull away with the victory, just because Joe Flacco and his team is more experienced than the C.J. Stroud and his team. But again, I do think it will be a close game, but I just can't see the Houston Texans beating them with their defense and how good their offense has been playing. And now we're going to move on to the Chiefs-Dolphins game. This is a rematch. They played in Germany earlier in the season. And on one of Tyreek's podcasts, he said that game against Kansas City and Arrowhead, this was before the season or something. He said that he's going to have a good game and everything like that. And then they switched it to be in Germany. But now they are in Arrowhead. However, there is very cold weather. Right now it's -3 degrees, I'm pretty sure. But I do think this will be a pretty close game. However, I just can't see, again, Kansas City losing, even though they don't have as talented as a team as in past years. Miami has several injuries, and Kansas City is at home. And Miami is used to very warm weather. But again, I think it will be a close game, but I have Kansas City here winning. Now we're going to go to Buffalo, Pittsburgh Steelers. And Mike Tomlin, I don't know how many years in a row, I forgot, but it's been a lot that he's finished over 500. And I just don't think that they're talented enough to beat the Buffalo Bills right now, who are very hot and who have won the last 5 or 6 games. And Josh Allen has been playing really good recently. However, Gabriel Davis isn't playing, but I think this is where Stephon Diggs will just step up, and the other tight ends and stuff like Dalton Kincaid, James Cook, I think will do pretty good. Pittsburgh, I think they'll do maybe score 3 to 10 points. I really don't think they're going to score a lot of points at all. So for that reason, I have Buffalo moving on here. Now we're going to go over to the NFC bracket, and Tampa Bay versus the Eagles. I think these two teams played earlier in the season, and I'm pretty sure Philadelphia won by 10 points or something. Baker Mayfield has been playing decent as of recent. Philadelphia has the second most passing yards let up out of any team, and Tampa Bay does have some good wide receivers, as in Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, and even Rachaad White if they throw it down to him. However, Philadelphia, it is in Tampa Bay, so there will be good weather. But Philadelphia, I feel like they are just the better team and have the better weapons. Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown are coming off injuries, but I believe they are both playing, and I think it could be close. or Philly will just cruise past them. And for that reason, I have Philadelphia winning here. And now, the Lions, Rams. The Lions haven't made it to the playoffs in a while, especially having a home playoff game. And they're versing the Rams. And remember, Jared Goff used to be on the Rams, and Matthew Stafford used to be on Detroit. And then they got traded. And I think this will be a very good, high-scoring game. Detroit has a lot of weapons on both defense and offense. And LA, same with them. Their offense is probably better than their defense. But this will probably be a very tough matchup for Detroit because the Rams have some great players, as in Kyron Williams, who's been playing really good, Puka Nacua, Tyler Higbee, Cooper Kupp. Actually, Tyler Higbee, I don't know if he's hurt right now or not. And then they obviously have Matthew Stafford. So I think this will be a very close game. But I think with Dan Campbell's play calling and all that stuff, and like his decisions to go for it, I think they'll pull away with the win here. So I have Detroit winning in a close game. And now we have Green Bay Packers versus Dallas Cowboys. And this game I really don't see being close. I think the Cowboys defense are just too good for Jordan Love and the Packers. And I think this will be a pretty easy game for them. Unless Aaron Jones just runs all over them or they throw a lot and do really good. But I have Dallas winning here over Green Bay by a pretty decent amount. And now going to the divisional round in the AFC, we have the Buffalo Bills versus the Kansas City Chiefs. And if you remember, 2 years ago, they played in the divisional round. And then 3 years ago was the conference championship, I believe. And Kansas City, again, doesn't have the most talented team as in past years. And Buffalo has been pretty good recently. And I feel like this game will go to Buffalo. And I think they'll win by like 10 points. I actually think they'll do pretty good. I just don't see Kansas City beating the Bills with how hot they are right now, and with Kansas City's lack of performance recently. So I have Buffalo winning this one. And now we got a division matchup, and we have the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. And both of these teams have great offenses and defenses. I do think the Ravens have a better defense, and they have been beating good teams, as in Miami and 49ers by a lot. But I think this Cleveland game will be a pretty close game, and I just think that the Baltimore Ravens are the better team and have more talent. And the Baltimore Ravens get it at home, and same with the Buffalo Bills in the last game that we just did. And I think the Baltimore Ravens will win at home here. And now moving to the divisional round in the NFC, it's the San Francisco 49ers, Philadelphia Eagles. And if you recall, earlier in the season, they played and the 49ers won by a lot. And I think this will be a closer game. But I still think the 49ers are going to win. And I don't see Philly winning. Even though they did play early in the season and it was a blowout, again, I just think San Francisco is the better team. And they have it at home too. So for those reasons, I have San Francisco winning. And now we got the Dallas Cowboys and Detroit Lions. And in Week 17, the most controversial call probably this season, some people will say, the Dallas Cowboys and Detroit Lions, I just don't see the Cowboys winning after that call. I just think the Lions will play a great game, and I think they're going to beat them by a decent amount. I do see both teams scoring a lot, but after that call and the Lions, how mad they were and stuff, I just don't think that they're going to lose again to the Dallas Cowboys. So I have the Detroit Lions winning. And now, going to the conference championship for the AFC, we have the Baltimore Ravens and the Buffalo Bills. Both very great offenses, both pretty good quarterbacks, really good quarterbacks, actually. Lamar Jackson probably getting MVP. I'll be surprised if he doesn't. However, the Baltimore Ravens do not have as good of rushing players, but they did pick up Dalvin Cook in free agency before the playoffs. And the Bills also have a talented team. And I think this will be a very back-and-forth game, maybe even going to overtime, but I have it as like a 38-35 game. And I just think that the Buffalo Bills are going to pull away with the win. And I think their offenses are both going to do good. However, I think the Baltimore Ravens defense will probably get like a defensive touchdown and stuff like that. But I think the Bills, with how good they've been playing, that they're going to advance to the Super Bowl. And they're going to be versing the NFC bracket of the 49ers and Detroit Lions. These two teams did not play earlier in the season, and the San Francisco 49ers have their game at home. And the Detroit Lions and the 49ers, both very great offenses, also both great defenses. The 49ers have really good defense with the people they've picked up. And I just don't think the Lions are going to win this. I think it will be a very close game, but I have Brock Purdy and Christian McCaffrey and all their talented players just pulling away with the win here. But again, I think it will be a very close game, back and forth, that the 49ers just pull away with the win. Maybe even a game-winning field goal, or they just kneel it or something like that and win by 3. I think the Lions do have the ability, though, and the talent to beat the 49ers. I just think the 49ers will win this one. So I have the 49ers winning. And now we have the Super Bowl. The 49ers versus the Buffalo Bills. And I actually forgot where this game's played. Las Vegas, I think? I don't know for sure. I forgot. But both teams have great offenses and great defenses. I think this will be a pretty good game, just like the last Super Bowl, Chiefs versus Eagles. And I think both teams are both talented enough to beat the other team. Buffalo Bills have been playing very well recently. And I think Stephon Diggs will do very good, James Cook, and everyone like that. And then you go to the 49ers, and they have all these talented players, Brock Purdy, Deebo Samuel, Christian McCaffrey. And then on the defense, they got really good players too. Nick Bosa is one of them. And both of these teams are very good, and both have very good talent on both sides of the ball. And again, this will be a very close game in my opinion. But the team who I have winning is the San Francisco 49ers. I just feel like they are a little more talented than the Buffalo Bills, and they have pretty good experience the past few years. They've done pretty good, and Christian McCaffrey, I think, will do very good. Maybe some of their wide receivers, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, as their tight end. I think, again, this will be a close game, but I think the 49ers will pull away with the win. Maybe like a 28-35 game, 38-30, just all that stuff like that. But I have the San Francisco 49ers winning the Super Bowl and be the defending champions. But those were all of my picks for the playoffs. Comment down below if you agree or disagree, and let me know who you think is going to win it all. And I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll be making more videos soon, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.